Meet the narwhal, a whale that jammed a 10-foot spiraling tooth straight through its upper lip. It is not a horn, it is an overgrown tooth, a single 10-foot-long tusk that just juts out of its face. This absurd accessory looks like a jousting lance got permanently stuck after a very bad medieval tournament. It is an evolutionary what? A baffling accessory. It makes no sense. So why is this ridiculous design still here? Let's really think about this baffling design feature from a practical, everyday point of view.
You are a whale. You need to swim. You need to eat. You need to not die in the freezing Arctic. Evolution's brilliant solution for this was to permanently attach a fragile 10-foot pole to your face. This is not a feature. This is a nerf. This is evolution playing the game on hard mode for no reason. First, let's dismiss the obvious assumption that this is some kind of epic weapon. It is not a spear. It is not a sword. They almost never, ever fight with it like medieval knights. You will occasionally see males gently tusking, which looks less like a battle and more like a clumsy fencing match.
It is a terrible weapon. It is too long. It is too unwieldy. It's like trying to fight a fly with a fishing rod.
So, if it's not for spearing fish or fighting off polar bears, what exactly is it for? It is a logistical nightmare, a total unmitigated disaster for basic movement. Just imagine being this poor animal.
Imagine trying to navigate the shifting, chaotic, underwater maze of Arctic ice flows with this thing.
You'd be constantly snagging it, getting stuck, or worrying about snapping your entire face tooth off on an iceberg. Parallel parking? Forget it! Trying to quickly turn in a tight space? Absolutely not! It is a permanent cone of shame. It's the equivalent of installing a giant TV antenna on the hood of your car. It obstructs your view. It gets in the way. It serves no practical purpose for driving. It is just there.
This animal's entire life is a stressful episode of trying not to break its most prominent feature.
But the worst part, the most mind-bogglingly bad piece of design in this entire build.
This isn't just a piece of bone. That tusk is a living, exposed nerve. It is a 10-foot-long toothache. Scientists have confirmed it is packed with millions of tiny, sensitive nerve endings running from the brain to the tip. It is a porous tube, like a straw, allowing freezing Arctic seawater to flow inside the tooth. Can you imagine that? It is agonizing. It's like drinking ice water directly onto a cavity, permanently, forever. It is a design flaw of such epic proportions. It is a liability. It is a constant source of pain. What possible, logical reason could evolution have for creating a creature that lives in constant, freezing dental agony? This is not a survival tool. This is a torture device. This is the biological equivalent of the "this is fine" meme. The narwhal is carrying around a useless, clumsy, agonizingly sensitive accessory that it cannot remove. It's a jousting lance it doesn't joust with, a navigational hazard that makes navigating harder. And it is a nerve that only seems designed to transmit pain. This is a joke. An evolutionary prank. The whole concept is a spectacular failure, a complete and total evolutionary disaster from start to finish. It's an evolutionary disaster, a logistical mess, a massive sensitive liability. But what if this agonizing, impractical tusk is secretly the most sophisticated sensory organ in the entire Arctic? What if the flaw isn't a flaw at all, but the entire point of the whole design? What if that excruciating nerve is actually the narwhal's greatest superpower, disguised as a terrible weakness? So let's revisit that agonizing 10-foot-long toothache, the design flaw that seemed like pure evolutionary torture. It turns out the nerve is the feature. The sensitivity is the entire point. That tusk is not a clumsy spear. It is one of the most sophisticated sensory organs on Earth. It is a high-tech environmental probe, a living scientific instrument. It is designed to taste the ocean,
Those millions of nerve endings aren't there to transmit pain. They are there to gather crucial data. The tusk is porous, with tiny tubes that channel water from the outside deep into the living pulp. This allows the narwhal to sample its surroundings. It is literally reading the water's chemical signature in real time. What is it reading? First, and most importantly, it is reading the salt content of the water.
This is called salinity. And in the Arctic,
when ocean water begins to freeze and form sea ice, it releases salt, creating areas of superbrine. The narwhal's tusk can detect these minute changes in salinity from a remarkable distance.
this isn't a flaw. This is an early warning system. It is a biological weather station for ice.
That navigational hazard we roasted? It's the exact opposite. It is the narwhal's GPS and ice finder.
It tells them where ice is forming. It warns them when passages are about to close. It guides them.
It is not a clumsy antenna. It is an ice radar. It allows them to navigate the labyrinth of shifting ice.
This allows them to dive confidently to incredible depths, thousands of feet under the ice cap, to hunt. They hunt where others cannot. They feast on halibut and cod. They know they can find their way back.
They can find the leads, the small cracks in the ice, to surface and breathe.
This impractical tool is the very thing that gives them an unrivaled mastery over their treacherous, frozen environment. It's a low-energy solution, far more effective than echolocation for detecting the type of water ahead.
And that's not all this incredible science stick can do.
The tusk can also sense changes in temperature and water pressure, helping the whale hunt in total darkness.
It is a thermal sensor. It is a depth gauge. It is painting a 3D picture of the dark ocean. It can even detect the specific chemical traces of their prey, letting them smell a school of Arctic cod.
So, what about that clumsy fencing we mocked? That gentle tusking between the males?
It is not a fight. It is communication. It is a data transfer. They might be sharing sensory information.
It also serves as a powerful advertisement for potential mates, a classic example of sexual selection. It is a badge of fitness. A long, healthy tusk is a signal. It says, "My senses are sharp." It tells a female that this male is a superior navigator and an excellent hunter, good at finding food.
He is good at surviving. He has strong genes. That accessory is his resume. It proves his worth.
The tusk is not a liability. It is the very tool of their dominance in the deep Arctic.
So the narwhal's tusk is not a design flaw at all. It is a masterpiece of specialized sensory technology. It is a perfect lesson in paradox, a lesson in evolutionary genius. Evolution's most bizarre designs are often the smartest. That agonizing liability we roasted is the key to its survival, a tool for total dominance in a deadly environment. The narwhal transformed what looks like an agonizing weakness into its most precise and powerful sensory instrument.
It's a reminder that survival isn't about being perfect. It's about being perfectly adapted to your specific niche.
It teaches us that the strangest features, the ones that make no sense, are often the most highly evolved solutions. They are not flaws at all. They are features. They are just waiting for us to understand their hidden genius. What flawed creature should I roast next? Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments below.